What do you gift your colleagues when money is literally no object? You're about to find out. This is Sports Curious, presented by Last Night's Game. I'm your host, Amy Butch-on-Siegfried, and excited to be here with you today as we dive into the holiday gift-giving spirit. Now, I'm a big fan of window shopping, or back in the day when you had stores to go to window shop, and this is essentially the same thing because these gifts that these athletes have given each other are probably a little above most of our price range. So with that, let's dive right in, talking about gifts that NFL players give each other. Von Miller is known for dishing out heart-stopping hits as one of the longest-tenured defensive players in the NFL, but he still has a soft spot even for his opponents. Before he was traded to Los Angeles Rams, Miller gifted an autographed bottle of wine featuring an image of his signature eyewear and a handcrafted thank you note to every player in the AFC West. In case you don't know, the NFL has two conferences. One of them is the American Football Conference, or the AFC. Miller sent out a total of 289 bottles of wine and made sure to include all players on the practice squads and the injured reserve lists. Now, truly a gift from the heart. For years, Peyton Manning wrote handwritten notes to athletes and sports figures he admired. He spent his off-season writing to people on this list, usually after they reached a milestone or retired. He would note the person's respect for the game along with his note of best wishes. Now, that's an invaluable gift. Quarterbacks Joe Flacco and Trevor Siemian have a sweet spot for their linemen. Flacco, who was a backup quarterback at the time, bought his linemen $2,000 slushie machines for the holidays one year because, well, why not? And Siemian, who loved Skittles, purchased custom Parkas for his linemen that dispense Skittles. Yes, the fur-rimmed hooded Parkas have a button on the chest that, when pushed, Skittles would arrive in a coat pocket. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive line is a giving group that put a new spin on gift giving. Instead of exchanging with each other, they pooled their money to give special bonuses for staff members who might get overlooked. These are the people that take care of them every day, like the kitchen staff, trainers, and the equipment team. The offensive line is the first line of defense for offensive stars like running backs and quarterbacks, so it makes sense that they're gifted accordingly for taking those big hits. Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson gave each of his linemen $12,000 in Amazon stock when he signed his new 4-year, $140 million contract. Dallas Cowboys Ezekiel Elliott gifted his linemen John Deere UTVs, Tom Brady doled out new Audi A7's, and Tennessee Titans Derrick Henry gave them custom Pac-Man arcade games. Now that's the gift that keeps on giving. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for joining us. If you want a gift that keeps on giving to share with your friends on your list, head on over to lastnightsgame.com and hit that shop header. There we have something for everyone on your list, and it'll be here in time for Christmas. That's a great deal. Use promo code SportsCurious for your listener discount. If you like the free content you receive every week, head on over wherever you get your podcast and hit that subscribe button. We would hate for you to miss out on an episode. And last but certainly not least, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Last Night's Game, where we have daily conversation starters that get your day off on the right foot with a fun, quirky little something that will give you a little something to chat with your colleagues about. We also do a great weekend preview edition on Friday that gives you everything you need to know heading into the weekend, but just the fun stuff that'll give you something to talk about, especially with all these holiday parties coming up. It'd be great. It's great to get your day going. That's it for this week. We'll see you here next week for another episode of Sports Curious. Stay safe, friends. Wash your hands.